Hold up, why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bet.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the Double M Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus Dinero, here with my co-host,
Puma El Gato.
What do we got going on tonight, my man?
We are talking about the main event for UFC 323, Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan 2. Let's talk about it.
Listen, man, you guys are going to get sick of me continuously saying this because the man cannot be beat. Listen, Merab is going to dominate this fight much like he's dominated his fights before, much like he beat Petr Yan before, all that good stuff. And listen, I know that Merab is not by any means the perfect fighter, but right now, the man just can't lose. It doesn't matter who you put in front of him, and every single one of his last, 5-6 fights, they've been killer opponents, man. He hasn't taken one easy fight. And don't get me wrong, I love that. I respect that. Merab is the man. And that's part of the reason why I'm saying Petr Yan ain't got nothing in the bag for him. Petr Yan, this is just my personal opinion. All due respect to Petr Yan, he has a whole bunch of individuals under his own belt, phenomenal wins, great names. My man's going to talk about a few of them here in just a minute. But listen, man, I'm not saying Petr Yan should retire. I'm never that dude to say a fighter should retire. But I feel like Petr Yan is definitely past his prime as a fighter. All due respect to Petr Yan, I don't think there's anything that he could do, striking, wrestling, any of that. I don't think there's anything he could do where he would have some sort of advantage over Merab. And listen, Petr Yan, in his time, in his prime, the man was getting some pretty reputable dubs under that belt. But I would never say there was a point where I felt like Petr Yan dominated to the same level that Merab is dominating to. Sure, he was a dominant fighter, not saying he wasn't, but to the same level as Merab, ain't no way. And listen, I like Petr Yan. I think overall Petr Yan seems like a good dude. You know, obviously we all know the infamous knee that he gave to Aljo that ended up costing him the title. All that good stuff. And ever since then, I feel like Petr Yan has been kind of floating out there in the universe, not doing a whole lot, if I'm being honest with you. Whereas Merab, win after win after win with name after notable name. So who am I going to bet on this one? You guys already know, my boy Merab. Listen, again, doesn't matter what you throw in there. Wrestling, Merab's better. Striking, Merab's better. Ground game, Merab's better. It doesn't matter what facet Petr Yan may want to take it to. If we're being 100% honest, Merab's got him beat in every single category. I don't think that there's anything that Petr Yan could do to derail the current train that Merab is on, because Merab is just that dude. Even when he comes into the ring injured, he's still that dude. He comes into the ring injured with the leg infection, this and that, up against Sugar Sean and all these other guys, and they still can't find a way. And in fact, the second time around, we've seen it with Sugar Sean. He dominates more than he did in the first fight. So, given the type of streak that Merab has been on, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the man dominate more in this fight than he did in the first fight. It's just, that's who Merab has become. He's become that guy. And again, in fact, I said it in our last video that wasn't even that long ago that we did on Merab, that I said, listen, man, at some point, we're going to have to start talking about who's really left in the division for him to fight. All due respect, you know, he's faced some of these dudes twice now. I mean, I don't ever want to hear about Sugar Sean getting another title shot as long as Merab is champion in this division. Again, he's beat the Henry Cejudos of the world. He's beat the Sugar Seans. Even the famous Nurmagomedov name has gone down in the face of Merab. So I don't think there's anything Petr Yan can do. Maybe my friend here thinks different, but listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going all in on Merab. What do you think about that, my man?
Listen, at this point, it is going to be a spoiler, but it should not be any spoiler. Merab is just that type of person. The gas tank is mythical. The tall tales that are already being made about him. I don't know if you guys know this, but when he actually went to go on to face Corey Sandhagen, believe it or not, that was actually his second fight that day. Khalil Rountree actually detailed behind the scenes when he was in the locker room with Merab. He did detail that Merab actually had a 5-round sparring session the same day that he was set to fight Corey Sandhagen. And again, when he went into the fight, looked fresh as a daisy. Was going up against elite level strikers in Sugar Sean, looking stellar in the first fight, looking absolutely dominating the second fight. going up against Olympic level athletes in Henry Cejudo, coming from famous wrestling families such as the Nurmagomedovs with Umar Nurmagomedov. You cannot beat this man under any circumstances. You have to look absolutely stellar. And look, if you're going to go up against his wrestling, you have to look absolutely stellar. But the thing is, Petr Yan, as good as competent as a fighter as he is, the fact of the matter is, he is wrestling, which is going to be Merab's wheelhouse. You are not going in there going with your best wrestling. No, you are going into his casino. You're playing against the house as far as wrestling goes. You know, I was actually listening to MMA journalist Luke Thomas. Luke Thomas actually went on to say a point that I actually kind of do think is a fair point to make. When you're going up against Merab, because Merab not only has damn good wrestling, it's near mythical at this point. A gas tank like no other, going 5 rounds and looked like he took a light jog. The one thing that you need to stop Merab with is that you don't need wrestling. You need firepower. You need KO power. You need to put him out before the 3rd round. And none of the elite level strikers have been able to do it. Sugar Sean couldn't do it the first time. Looked even worse the second time. Again, he already had a fight before Corey Sandhagen the day of, and Merab was looking competitive even in the striking game, which is insane to think about. The fact that it was his second fight where his championship was on the line and he wasn't worried about it. So, my question is, does Petr Yan have knockout power? He does. Or at least he did 10 years ago. He doesn't have that anymore. All of his recent wins were, for the most part, decision. And if it's going in decision, who's got more decision wins? Merab does. Against elite level wrestlers, against elite level strikers. Petr Yan is none of those. Good? Yes. Competent? Yes. High level? I would even argue that. Merab's level? No. You're not beating him. This is going to be Merab's 4th consecutive title defense, going on to the record birth. He is going on with his 4th consecutive title come UFC 23. And this isn't a spoiler. It's just a fact.
I completely agree, man. I completely agree. I don't think there's anything that Petr Yan can do, anything that he can pull out of his belt, anything that he has that I'd be like, hey, man, maybe this is his window to success. It's just not, man. It's not, especially right now. You know, there's often times when fighters are just in their element. They're just in their time period. It's their era. And I think for right now, for his division, Merab, this is the Merab era for his division. And I don't think anything can stop him. Maybe if he moves on up, 2 weight classes. Who knows? But as of right now, his division is Merab's division. So we'll see how it goes, man. Again, I wouldn't hold your breath. I personally think Merab is going to win. All due respect to Petr Yan and the phenomenal wins that he does have from the past. He's just not going to beat this guy. He's just not going to beat this guy. And then listen, it's a double whammy for Merab, because Merab can go in there and avenge the terrible knee that his friend Aljo took. Even though, I mean, let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. He milked it. But, you know, again, it's his buddy, it's his homie. I'm not going to disrespect Merab like that. It is what it is, and you guys will see what happens on that night. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
Next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you in the next one.